Let's talk about the Grand Master's mindset. Our grandfather, Eddie Gracie. What made it so special?
Learned something. He learned something. He saw something. He was taught something. And then he was, I guess, open enough to modify it. You know, he did what he had to do to make the techniques work for him.
He was a scientist. Let's be honest. Our grandfather was a scientist. He took the techniques, modified them, and perfected them until they worked for his frail body against those giants. Now, in the master cycle, we want to give you that same scientific mindset that our grandfather had. Here's why. We can teach you the techniques as best as we can, but we're teaching them from us to you in the most universal way possible, but you might have a strength or a weakness or a limitation or whatever that prevents you from applying the technique as we teach it. So it's very important that you become very creative and very scientific.
So we're kind of giving them the freedom to create their own style.
Yes. We're giving them the foundation to create their own style and the permission to do it.
Now, we didn't really get into this too much in Gracie Combatives because you had to learn the fundamentals. You had to learn A through Z.
You had to learn how to learn from us, if that makes sense. You had to learn how to speak the same language and learn the fundamentals. Yeah, that's a good analogy. But it's like you can't make words and sentences and write stories until you learn the alphabet. Wow. Legit. So, the Grandmaster's mindset. Take what we give you, be creative, modify and adapt. Now, our secret to help is instilling this Grandmaster mindset in you comes in the rapid mastery drills. Really, you have not experienced them yet. They're new to the master cycle. They do not exist in the Gracie Combatives course, but they're magical. And you won't fully understand the power until you get to lesson number 1, super hooks, and you hear that breakdown of how the rapid mastery drill training process actually works. But it's incredible. It's the fastest way to the top.
I mean, rapid mastery drill.
It is what it is. It is what it sounds like, and it's incredible.
Rapid mastery drill plus the Grandmaster mindset.
Yeah,
you're going to fly.
You're 100% set. What we're saying is don't limit yourself to what you see. Take what we give you and expand on it and make it work for yourself, and your potential will be limitless at that point. Now, what's our guarantee? We guarantee if you do the following 3 things, your at-home training experience will be as effective, if not more effective, than it would be if you were training in person here at the Gracie Academy. Number 1, go through the lessons in the order they are prescribed. If the order of the lessons didn't matter, my brothers and I would not have spent years trying to line them up. But it does, so please dedicate. Number 2.
When you go through a lesson one time, you're super, excited, and your attention is like ridiculous towards that lesson. It's your first time seeing it. When you go through it again,
after that little mini cycle, remember? Chapter 1, then you recycle.
Be even more excited than the first time.
Wow. So what should their mindset be like? As they're watching, what should they be thinking to themselves? Details are coming. Here's what I think. Details are coming. I think I'm watching. I know this. Let me see if there's anything here that I didn't pick up on the first time 100%. So you watch with this a fascination, almost an obsession with appreciation for the details. And you watch it and you're like, man, let me find one thing that I didn't get the first time around. And you get it. And you're like, yes, that one detail could be the make it or break it one for me. That has to be your excitement when you go through it the second time and the third time. So, number 2, be as dedicated to the repeat lessons or more dedicated than you are to the initial viewing of any lesson. And number 3,
you got to find a partner. You got to find somebody who is as passionate as you are to go through the process.
I got mine. You got yours. Find someone. And until you find that person, do not rest. Search Gracie University. Search your neighborhood. Search your family. Search your friends. Find someone. They're out there. I guarantee it. Yeah. This stuff is too good to not want to learn.
Because you need a partner.
Yeah, you need a partner. Doesn't matter how good the videos are. You're not going to get anywhere.
To get to the very end, you need some people there.
Yeah.
And even 2 partners, 3, the more the better.
Yes, but at least 1 to get down, get those reflexes, and have the discussions that will lead to the rapid mastery and the development of that Grandmaster mindset. Because there are so many master cycle lessons, 600 or more, okay? Around 600.
We can't film it in the studio.
Yes, we couldn't afford to leave, shoot somewhere else, then come back and leave and come back every day. We're shooting in-house here at the Gracie Academy pretty much every single day for the next 6 or 7 years of our life. Okay? It's crazy when we think about it. But guess what? We're committed all the way to the end. And hopefully you will be as well. Now, because we're shooting it in-house, weird things happen. The sunlight changes. Some days it's raining, it's dark, right? The lighting is completely unpredictable.
Crows just like pecking at the windows, the skylights.
Yeah, and making their freaking noises.
People slamming doors.
Little babies crying in the background. Brothers running by from time to time. Celebrities walking in and just talking whenever they feel like they can talk. It just happens. You'll hear a lot of things will happen. Please forgive us. Okay, but bottom line is it's the only way. With as many lessons we're shooting, okay, we just have to disclaim the quality of the sound, the light, and some of the other aspects right now, so you guys don't choke us out later. Number 2, we had a very important decision to make in releasing the Master Cycle. Originally, we anticipated waiting till the entire stripe course, meaning 60 lessons, were completed, edited, and 100% ready for release before we released any chunk of information. So we would put out Stripe 1 altogether, Stripe 2 altogether, Stripe 3 and so on and so on. But the demand has been so ridiculous. Okay? We're getting so many emails from so many places around the world of people who finished Gracie Combatives and want to begin that next phase of the journey, that we have decided that we were going to release each chapter as it's available. So rather than waiting for the whole Stripe course, 60, 70 lessons, we are going to release chapters at a time, 8 to 12 lessons. So chapter 1, the mount, for the Blue Belt Stripe 1 course. Then we're going to release chapter 2. Now, we're doing this for you guys, but there is one drawback. As we're releasing chapter 1, we're finalizing and working on chapter 2, and chapter 3, and chapter 4, and so on and so forth. So therefore, there might be a little bit of a delay between chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3. Hopefully it won't be ridiculous, but all I'm saying is if you go through chapter 1, perfect all the techniques 100%, and chapter 2 isn't ready yet, you have 2 options.
Do what you're supposed to do, or just sit around waiting.
You have 2 options. Go to the university forum and start asking questions every day about when chapter 2 is going to be ready. Or spend that same amount of time in chapter 1, becoming such a master of those techniques that you could come here and maybe show us a trick or 2.
Because when it's ready, we'll release it.
Yes. And if you're on the forum asking, we're spending time answering those forum questions
and not getting it ready.
And not training and not teaching and not editing. So do yourselves a favor, do us a favor, focus 100% on just going through it, using the extra time you have to sharpen. And by doing that, when chapter 2 comes, you'll have chapter 1 locked up 100%, and then when the test comes finally, all your techniques are locked in beyond belief. So it's your choice. Last but not least, they're blue belts, you know what I'm saying? They've been around for a while now. At this point, we're pretty much family. Okay? We consider you guys, we've been training for a year probably, right? Got your blue belt, perfected the Gracie combative techniques. We know each other very well. And I tell you that because going forward, if from this point forward, Hedon or myself, if we say or do anything that's kind of ridiculous, it's okay. Forgive us. You know? It's family. We're just trying to keep it fun, keep it real, and that's what it's all about. We're keeping it how we do it here at home. Yes. We want you guys to feel the true effect and learning experience of the Gracie Academy. Okay? I think they're ready. Yep. Go get dressed. No gi class. It's time to learn the super hooks.